Have you ever felt that sudden sharp heat in your chest, that instinctive urge to look at your feet and deflect the moment someone says something genuinely kind about you? It's that, oh, it was nothing. Or the, you're just being nice that feels like a shield you can't help but raise. You might tell yourself you're just humble, or maybe you think you're being modest, but there is a deeper, quieter friction happening inside of you. You feel like you're failing a test of grace, yet you feel a physical resistance to the very words that should feel like a gift. What if I told you that this isn't a character flaw? What if the reason you can't take a compliment isn't because you lack confidence, but because your brain actually perceives praise as a threat to your survival? Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on that survival logic. We're going to explore the 3 hidden psychological traps your nervous system uses to deflect praise. First, the gag reflex of the body. Second, the hidden tax of your past. And finally, the identity crisis of the mind. By the end of this, we won't be looking for a fix for your personality, but a way to retrain your nervous system to recognize that it is finally safe to be seen. Let's begin by looking at why your body reacts before your mind can even process a word. Think about the way you react when someone gives you a sincere compliment. For many of you, it feels like a visceral gag reflex. It is a physical inability to swallow the words. When you have experienced complex trauma or prolonged stress, your nervous system becomes hypervigilant. It is constantly scanning for predatory behavior. In this state of high alert, a compliment isn't just a nice comment, it feels like an intrusion. It feels like someone is reaching into your private space without permission. Your brain identifies the attention as a threat because attention is often where danger hides. The reflex to deflect, to minimize, to brush it off, or to point the praise back at the other person is your body's way of staying in the shadows. You are trying to stay safe by remaining small. You want to be valued, but the mechanism that protects you from being hunted is the same mechanism that prevents you from being held. It is a tragic paradox. The very walls you built to keep the wolves out are now keeping the warmth from reaching you. But there is another layer to this, one that is less about your body and more about the hidden tax of your history. Think about the environment where you grew up. Did you learn that nothing in life was ever free? If you were raised in an environment of emotional neglect, gaslighting, or transactional love, your brain developed a very specific survival rule. If something is free, there is a price tag attached. When someone says something nice to you now, your brain doesn't hear "I admire you." It hears, "What do you want from me?" It scans for the hidden tax, the debt you feel you must now pay with a favor, a performance, or a submission. You feel a crushing pressure to earn the compliment back immediately. Because the debt feels so heavy, the easiest way to escape it is to refuse the gift in the first place. You aren't being ungrateful, you are being protective. You are trying to protect yourself from a debt you don't have the energy to pay. Now, let's look at the third and perhaps most profound layer, the identity crisis, or what psychologists call cognitive dissonance. Inside your mind, you carry a map. This map tells you who you are. For many of us, that map was drawn in the dark and it says you are not enough, unworthy, or broken. This is your internal truth, the truth that you have survived by. When someone offers you a compliment, they are essentially handing you a new map. They are telling you that you are enough, that you are capable, or that you are beautiful. This creates a violent collision between your internal map and their external words. Your brain is forced to make a choice. To accept the compliment, you would have to admit that your internal map, the one you've used to survive for years, might be wrong. And that is terrifying. It is destabilizing to think that you might be wrong about yourself. So your brain chooses the safer option. It decides that they are lying. It's safer to believe they are being dishonest than to believe that you are actually worthy of the praise. Humility, you feel, is actually a survival mechanism that chooses the safety of a known lie over the danger of an unknown truth. We have spent so much time building these defenses that we've forgotten they were ever meant to be temporary. But here's the truth that we often miss. By rejecting the compliment, you are also rejecting the possibility of intimacy. Accepting a compliment is an act of vulnerability. It is the act of saying, "I see what you see." When you deflect, you are effectively pushing the other person away to keep yourself from being seen too clearly. You are staying safe, but you are also staying isolated. Healing doesn't mean you suddenly become a person who loves the spotlight. Healing means recognizing that your deflection is a tired soldier who no longer needs to be on duty. It means learning a new way of moving through the world. I want to offer you a practice I call the slow swallow. When someone praises you and you feel that familiar heat, that gag reflex in your throat, do not try to force a big performative "thank you." If that feels like a lie, don't say it. Instead, try to acknowledge the intent of the person without necessarily accepting the content as your new identity. Try saying, "I appreciate you saying that," or "That's very kind of you to notice." These are smaller swallows. They allow you to acknowledge their kindness without forcing your brain to rewrite your entire internal map in a single second. You are teaching your nervous system that a compliment is not a trap, not a debt, and not a threat. Visual wide, a person standing in A,